Welcome to the NMBU Write and Cite Module 3, where you will be introduced to the NMBU Harvard References page. References are a presentation of all of the citations that you have used in your research paper and are presented in a way that allows the reader to find the sources that you have used. References must contain enough information to enable a reader to identify and find the source of information that you have cited. It is important that your references are presented in a consistent manner. All cited literature must be included in the references page, found at the end of your research paper, and the references must be ordered alphabetically by the last name of the author. The objective of such a reference list is to enable readers and library staff to search for and obtain your cited literature as easily as possible. The two main rules for references are: all literature cited in the text must be included in the reference list, and all of the references in the reference page must be found as citations in the text. As you can see, the reference expands upon the author date method. Authors' names appear in red, publication date in blue, and the page number is in purple. However, there is much more information in a reference than there is contained in a citation. Let's look at an example of a reference. The information has been colored to help you better understand the order of a reference. In this example, we will use an article from a scientific journal to show you the basics of a reference. We need to include the following information for a journal article: the author's last name and initials of the first name, the date the article was published, the article title, the journal title, the volume and issue of the journal, and the page numbers the article appears on in the journal. By following this order, you can create a reference to a source cited in your research paper. NMBU Harvard referencing style requires different information for each reference depending on the type of source it is. For example, a journal article, like this one, will be slightly different from a book, and a book will be slightly different from an official report, and so on. Some things will remain the same, however. Authors will always appear first, followed by the publication date and the title of the source. The number of pages will always appear at the end. Knowing how to reference each type of source may seem difficult at first, but there are many online resources available to help you reference sources correctly. Using a reference manual, like the NMBU Write and Cite library page, is one such source available to help you reference properly. Making a reference list seems like a lot of work, but it does not need to be. There is an easier way to create a reference list without typing every detail by yourself. Reference management software such as Reference Manager or EndNote are good tools for keeping track of one's references. The NMBU University Library arranges courses teaching you how to install and use EndNote. Using these tools will make your writing much simpler and save you a lot of time. As a student, you can register for an EndNote course through the NMBU Library webpage. Writing your reference list after you have completed your research paper is a bad idea. It will be a lot of extra work that is both hard and boring. Save yourself time by making a reference list as you write your paper. When you add an in-text citation, add a complete reference for the source at the same time. This will make your writing process much simpler and save you a lot of time and stress in the future. A reference list is crucial for the reader to accurately find information that you have used in your research. This module has only introduced you to the basics of a reference list. As a student, it is your responsibility to educate yourself about all of the details of preparing accurate references. As a student, referencing assistance is provided at the NMBU Writing